In the world of modern investing, where trends rise and fall faster than social media headlines, very few assets manage to hold long-term attention. But quietly, behind the noise of crypto, stocks, and real estate, certain Rolex models are positioning themselves to become future legends. These are not just luxury accessories. They are watches that are slowly building historical importance, collector demand, and long-term value. At the beginning of this year, Rolex once again adjusted its pricing structure, raising prices by around 2.5%. This has become almost routine. Every January, the brand fine-tunes its pricing to reflect currency changes, production costs, and global market conditions. This time, steel and two-tone models saw slightly higher increases than precious metal pieces, showing where Rolex still sees the strongest demand. While these price updates may seem minor, over time, they play a major role in shaping resale values and collector behavior. And that's why, today, we're taking a closer look at several Rolex models that aren't just popular right now, but are showing signs of becoming long-term icons. These are watches that combine history, design, scarcity, and market momentum in a way that makes collectors pay attention. Let's begin with one of the most famous chronographs ever created. The Rolex Daytona reference 116500LN. Introduced in 2016, this model marked a major turning point for the Daytona line. It was the first steel Daytona to feature a black ceramic bezel, giving it a modern, sporty edge while maintaining classic proportions. At first, it didn't immediately dominate the market, but over time, demand grew steadily, and today it sits among the most sought-after Rolex models in existence. The Daytona's journey to this point wasn't instant. For many years, the line relied on manual movements, even as the industry moved toward automatics. In the early 1990s, Rolex transitioned to automatic chronographs, eventually developing its own in-house movement. By the time the 116500LN arrived, everything was in place for it to become a flagship model. Built in a 40mm stainless steel case with strong water resistance and a robust construction, it's designed to be both luxurious and practical. It performs equally well at formal events or casual settings. At its peak, this model reached prices well above $40,000 on the secondary market. While values have since adjusted, it remains highly desirable. With rumors of limited production and long waiting lists, many collectors believe this Daytona still has strong upside potential. Next, we move to a more subtle but equally powerful piece. The Rolex Daytona reference 116509. This version is crafted entirely from 18-karat white gold and features a striking blue sunburst dial. Released in 2016, it quickly became a favorite among collectors who prefer understated luxury. From a distance, it looks like a steel watch. Up close, it reveals its true value. Often described as stealth wealth, this Daytona appeals to buyers who want high-end craftsmanship without obvious flashiness. It delivers prestige without drawing unnecessary attention. Market performance has been volatile, with prices moving up and down over the years. However, recent trends show renewed strength, with values rebounding significantly in short periods. Combined with long dealer waiting lists, this has made the pre-owned market increasingly competitive. For collectors seeking exclusivity with subtlety, this model continues to stand out. Now, let's look at a simpler, more minimalist option. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual reference 124300 with the green dial. This watch proves that sometimes simplicity creates the strongest impact. The green dial is bold, vibrant, and instantly recognizable. It doesn't rely on complications or flashy materials. Instead, it makes its statement through color and balance. With a 36mm case, it offers a classic fit that works well for both men and women. In a market filled with oversized designs, this size feels refined and timeless. Retail prices remain relatively accessible, but secondary market demand has pushed values higher. The limited availability of certain dial colors continues to fuel interest, making this model a strong candidate for future appreciation. Next, we turn to one of the most recognizable green watches ever made, The Rolex Submariner reference 116610LV, better known as the Hulk. Discontinued in 2020, this watch instantly became a collector favorite. Its green ceramic bezel and matching green dial set it apart from every other Submariner. The sunburst dial changes appearance depending on lighting, giving it a dynamic personality. Built from Rolex's corrosion-resistant steel and finished with white gold markers and hands, it balances toughness with luxury. It was designed as a true tool watch, but evolved into a collectible icon. Since its discontinuation, values have surged dramatically. The release of newer Submariner models only increased interest in the original Hulk. With demand still rising, many collectors see this as one of the strongest long-term performers in Rolex history. Finally, we look at one of the newest additions to the lineup, the Rolex GMT-Master II Sprite. Introduced in 2022, this model immediately stood out due to its left-handed crown placement and green and black bezel. Designed primarily for left-handed wearers, it also appeals to collectors seeking something different. Its unconventional layout makes it unique within the GMT family. Combined with Rolex's reputation for limited supply, this has already driven strong demand. Available on both Oyster and Jubilee bracelets, the Sprite offers versatility and comfort. Its 40mm case keeps it balanced on the wrist, while its travel functionality remains highly practical. With long waiting lists and rising secondary prices, this model is quickly becoming one of the most talked about GMT references in recent years. Of course, investing in luxury watches is never simple. Values are influenced by production numbers, global economic conditions, collector trends, and brand strategy. What performs well today may not perform the same way tomorrow. However, the watches we've discussed share important qualities. They combine strong design, limited availability, historical relevance, and consistent demand. These factors create long-term stability and collector confidence. That doesn't mean every purchase is guaranteed to succeed. Research, patience, and timing always matter. The smartest collectors don't chase hype. They study patterns, understand production cycles, and buy watches they genuinely appreciate. Because at the end of the day, the best investment is still a watch you enjoy wearing. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Which of these models stands out to you the most? And which do you think will become the biggest legend in the future? Don't forget to subscribe for more luxury insights, and I'll see you in the next video.